Hello and a warm welcome to another workshop about the MOBOTIX Hub, and today we are concentrating what is new on the MOBOTIX Hub plugins, what features are containing in that plugin. Today we are offering three major features within that plugin. One of them is for the forensic search. We call that search agent. That is all about, under that search tab, to have the possibility to add additional filters which filter specific MOBOTIX events which are produced by the cameras or by the MOBOTIX based camera apps. In addition, we have also the integration for our Helix dashboard. Helix dashboard is a product from our daughter company Vextor, which allows you to manage a huge amount of number plate events and make some maintenance like blacklist, whitelist functionality, and also some statistical overview, graphical output, and so on. But later on that I will explain that a little bit more in detail. And the third function which is included in that plugin is to integrate the MOBOTIX cloud in the MOBOTIX Hub. So you see, the target of that MOBOTIX plugin is to bring more and more our products around the MOBOTIX Hub. That means cameras, MOBOTIX Cloud, MOBOTIX Helix, and all the other products which we have in our product portfolio. The target is to bring that closer with the next generations of the plugins. So it's really a bright future to see what we will deliver in the next few weeks and months with that next generation of plugins. But now let us starting here with the search functionality, that you got an overview how an operator can use that. So if I am using here my three cameras, maybe I will explain shortly how I have set up that scenario, that you get an understanding how we are producing in this scenario number plates. We simply using three cameras, an IoT camera, P7, an M16 camera and P6 camera, and also a move camera which watching on that screen. And these two cameras has already a number plate app installed, and the P6 camera is only triggering activity sensor on that. And this is the setup how we are triggering number plates watching on a monitor which shows a traffic situation somewhere in Asia. So if we're going back to the search, we can now filter with that new plugin by MOBOTIX events, and choosing here the category. Say we like to search for image analysis event, and we also have the capability to say, yes, I'm looking for the specific event activity sensor -2, and then immediately you got the results. Of course that video is running 24 hours and we're producing many of such activity sensor events in this scenario, but this is filtering really now that specific events out of it. And in addition, we also can search for Vextor LPR apps, number plate recognition events, and this is also searching for that specific date and time. And if we are shrink that to say we like to see ANA 3.4, see if that it's a number plate which is existing. No, that is it for ANA 3. There's only a few events with ANA 3. Let us go for this specific event, and then we see it's ANA 3515 is the plate which was recognized. If you're using here the search functionality, and you see even in the worst image quality scenario with a lot of image noise, we are able, or the number plate app in the camera is able to recognize ANA 3515. So that fits, that's correct. And we also have the possibility to play that video back, get the full move area of that video, and also using that slider to get slowly or fast through the specific moments of that clip. If we have also defined the location in our map configuration, what we not did in this scenario, then you also will see the exact location of the camera in the map and can work on that. But for that we have generated in another report of the community more details how to do that. With the alarm manager, There we can also configure which camera event should listed in the alarm manager. What is the alarm? That we can configure, and then we have here in this case our move camera, which takes every number plate recognition event as an alarm, and then the user can select here that alarm and playback also the video in that scenario to see what's going on. And there we see we play now backward, yeah, and getting here the exact detail of that alarm. How to configure that it's a job what needs to be done by the administrator and the management client, but this we will show in the last session of that workshop. So this is about the alarm manager. User can accessing the different alarms, and the administrator can define what is an alarm and should be processed by the operator. Another topic which we have integrated in the plugin was the compatibility to the Helix, the integration of the Helix dashboards. This is a product from our daughter company Vextor, and there the operator has a capability to list all the different detected events, see also additional information about the number plate, see date and time, see as well which region this number plate is belonging to, and if he click on that, then he also can get here some details and see the pair here on that scooter, yeah, and can have also the possibility to download that image, make some special notes on that. See as well this license plate was not on blacklist, it was allowed status. We have also the possibility to say to add some personal notes to that number plate, yeah, with a couple. So, and add this, and this will be stored in the database, yeah, that we be aware this was the scooter number plate. You can also add the name of the driver. If you know the driver, then this is also possible. Helix can do a lot of more functionality. I don't want to go too deep in that workshop in it, but to give you an overview, you can set up many things in the Helix. You get also some graphical output of statistical outputs. You can manage the black and white list for all the connected cameras. So it's really huge what the Helix system can provide to you, yeah. But this would explode this current workshop, but take your time and make your own research to get closer to the Helix functionality. I will jump here to the MOBOTIX cloud integration, because that was also part of the MOBOTIX Hub. There you have also the capability to add your MOBOTIX cloud accounts to a tab of the MOBOTIX desk client, and then you can simply jump here as well to the different cameras in the cloud, have also the access to the playback of the cameras. You have the full control to also, if you have the rights of course in the cloud, you can also make the maintenance of the cloud, yeah, and getting also to other accounts. That depends totally on your cloud account rights. For me it's important that for the operator, he has not the need to switch to a browser, needs to handle username and password and getting to the right site by himself. No, this is managed by the administrator of the hub. The administrator of the hub define which operator in the hub has the rights to see that different new tabs, and decide which user will be used to connect to the different sites. And that is what I like to show you how to do that in the configuration, and for that we need to switch to the management client. The management client we have already open, and if you see here on the left side, until you have installed the MOBOTIX plugin, you will see two new entries. One is called MOBOTIX Cloud and one of them is called MOBOTIX Helix. And that configuration of that two web server integrations in the MOBOTIX desk client is, yeah, it's simple. You go there, then you can adding a new site via a right mouse click and say add site, We did that already, and if we see that here we have two sites, demo helix and LPR. All what you need to fill out, it's the name of the tab, the user credential, and the URL where the server is running. In this case, the Helix server. It's running here locally. In that other demo case, you see this is a Helix server which runs somewhere in the internet. And the nice thing is that you can define as a MOBOTIX administrator, as a hub administrator, which hub user has the rights to see this tab, Demo Helix, in his desk client. So currently I have defined every desk client user has the rights to see all tabs, but as you can see, as an administrator, I have the capability to shrink that basing on the hub user management rules. So this is possible for Helix and for all the different sites. I don't want to store that. And this is identical to the possibility what you can do with the cloud. From a technology point, it's more or less same technology to how to integrate that different website. You need to type in a name. You need to use the user credential, password, and you need to type in where that service is reachable via HTTP or HTTPS. And you also can define which user of the hub has rights to see that tab and use that tab. So that is very straightforward configuration. If we are coming to the search functionality, what I've shown you before here on the search tabs and alarm manager, this requires some more configuration. It's not so complicated, but you need to do here some configuration steps. And let us start here from the top. When we're working with analytic and alarms, we need to enable such kind of service in the MOBOTIX Hub. For that we go to Tools, selecting here the right tab and starting here with analytic events. We need to enable analytic events that allow cameras to send events through the hub. And this needs to be enabled, and the camera needs to send that to that hub, to that specific port number. That is what you need to take care on that dialog. Another one is alarms and events. There you need to define the default retention time for device events. That must be higher than 0. I'm choosing 90 days of retention time. And there's also the analytic events that should be also by 90 days. This is a good value, but of course you can choose even less days for retention time. But 0 means take the event but not storing, and then you are not able to filter or get alarm messages based on that events. So that is what you need to set up under the tool settings. The other thing what we need to do is define the analytic event. Now our analytic event I have enabled on the P7 camera, the Vector, a license plate recognition app, and this we need to also creating in the analytic event settings. It must have the same name. That needs to be done, otherwise no analytic events will be recognized from the camera. And we can also define here some rules, but this is not relevant for the simple setup. But if we want to go to the alarm definitions, if I go back to the desk client, to the alarm manager, that this events will be recognized in the alarm manager as an alarm, we need to go to the management client. There is the alarm settings, and there we need to define the alarm definitions. Of course we need to enable that. We need to give here a name. This is optional, but here that is the important part. Which event should trigger an alarm? It's the analytic event, what we have created before, and we say the Vector license plate recognition on camera event is the one who should trigger an alarm in the alarm manager. So and there we also can select then which cameras should trigger these alarms. So we can specifically define which event and which device should make this. So that is what you need to be aware. And of course, if you're running here with the same system time, cameras and server and PC should have the same date and time, that all that messages working smoothly. I hope this provides you a nice overview how you can using and set up the MOBOTIX Hub with the MOBOTIX plugin more closer to all the MOBOTIX products, and I wish you a wonderful day.